But speaking of reloading, Mark, it does look as though they're very close to completing a deal for Mateo Kovacic.
Yeah, the Kovacic is quite a surprise one as well, because we all know that City were really big in for Jude Bellingham. So to go from Bellingham to Mateo Kovacic is a surprise. But, you know, Kovacic, great pedigree, Real Madrid, Chelsea, top-level player. And I think he's one of these players that will go to City and do a really good job. But if he arrives, it adds a question mark to another player that might leave, Calvin Phillips. He didn't start his first Premier League game of the season until the last week of the season. You've also got Riyad Mahrez, who's been linked with a move away, Aymeric Laporte. Now, you're talking about 6, 7, 8 players with a question mark over the future. Now, even Man City can't replace 6 or 7 players in a window and expect to just have a seamless transition. So, you know, Kovacic will come in, good signing. I think, you know, maybe if Walker goes, Rico Lewis will step in at right back, maybe John Stones. So I think there are, you know, positions that are covered there, but you do wonder, where can Man City go to take this team to a different level? Because, like I said, they missed out on Bellingham. Are they going to go for Declan Rice? Possibly. But is Declan Rice at the same level as Bellingham? I don't think he is. And would he go there with Rodri playing every week? So, as great a coach that Guardiola is, I do think they're going to find it hard to replace the quality of these players that look like leaving. I mean, like, you know, Ali says, how do you replace Bernardo Silva? How do you replace Gundogan? How do you replace Riyad Mahrez? He doesn't even play every week, but, I mean, Mahrez played the FA Cup semi-final, scored a hat-trick. Great player that he is. I think he's an underrated player, but they're losing, or potentially losing, these big-name players who've contributed so much. But as we saw last season, you know, Gabriel Jesus went, Zinchenko went, Raheem Sterling went. They didn't miss any of them.
What are your thoughts on it? Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm just saying that it is interesting because what we're doing of analysis now is we have to go, or Guardiola and the club got to go into the dressing room and make sure and be sure that the players he got, the players he's keeping, he's still got the hunger to improve. He got rid of Cancelo. Remember how a key player he was to his way of playing. He was just suddenly taken to Bayern Munich. So that's what I mean, that Guardiola, now the big thing for him now, from the last game or last kick of the ball in Istanbul until the transfer market closes, is that he has to be sure that the players, his key players, are hungry enough. And he can't have too many that he's doubting doing that. It's not actually about quality, because there is so much quality in the Manchester City squad. There are so many quality in the players he will eventually get in somehow, Manchester City, and they will like to play for Pep Guardiola. But you need to have that hunger in the squad. And even at this level, even after the treble, and I understand what I think it was Frank was saying, that you need to see players who want to win the next Champions League, but not all players are like that. So I think you have to count how many are there. We know that Gundogan is at that point, that he had a fantastic end to his season, but still, Gundogan got the age that he's got. It's the time to kill some of his darlings, as Sir Alex did always. He took out great players because something not fitting in. They were not hungry enough. He took them out of the team. So maybe this will be that kind of summer at Manchester City.
What kind of summer we're seeing at Chelsea for their midfield, though, Frank? Because we're mentioning Mateo Kovacic there. He's not the only midfielder that we're seeing linked for a move away from the club. Have you got any concerns about the middle of the park next season?
Of course I do, because that was one of the main strengths of that club at the time, where Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho were at their tops, and Jorginho left last season. Kante is going to Saudi Arabia, and Kovacic is about to sign for Manchester City. So if we consider that maybe Caicedo is about to move in, I think they have to find somebody else alongside Enzo Fernandez, and seeing maybe what is his name, Chukwuemeka and Gallagher, and maybe Loftus-Cheek leaving. I think it doesn't give you too many options to fulfill that spot, and to make sure that you're going to be competitive, and that's for me a concern. I think either Gallagher or Loftus-Cheek should stay to maybe substitute if Caicedo comes, either Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez. But you cannot leave only 2 players in that situation. Look at Kovacic. He's going to sign for Manchester City. Well, Rodri and John Stones are the guys playing normally there, so he's going, for me, as a substitute. And that's what you have to find. And Chelsea has to make sure that in the middle of the park, you're strong, because we all know that the battle is there.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.